Show me what it's like to be circling among the clouds, because without you by my side.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. So today I am here to check in for the first week of June. So I'm going to be comparing what we've spent so far in June to what we budgeted and just getting an idea of where we're at, where we're standing in terms of these variable expenses, and putting together a game plan for going forward so that we're able to accomplish all the goals that we have in June. So to start off with, the categories that we're going to track are groceries, eating out, household, gas for our cars, and unbudgeted. And honestly, at this point, I should probably just make myself some custom scripts. That way I don't have to write them in, because as you can tell, for groceries, I messed up and I had to write it out, and I just really despise having to do that. But anyway, let's go ahead and track everything. So we're gonna start with groceries. So groceries are going to be in this darker color here. And we had a few transactions occur. We're trying to get better about putting together a meal plan and meal prepping before the week starts. The only issue is Jason normally goes grocery shopping either Monday or Tuesday, and that's already a day or two into the week, and it kind of messes things up. So we need to get better about that. But let's start with groceries. So first we had Aldi, that was $16.77 here on the first. And then Woodman's of $55.89. Then we had Woodman's again, and that was $85.77. So that brings us to a total spent for groceries of $158.43. So $158.43. If we take a look at our budget, we budgeted $800 for the month, so that's $200 per week. And again, I base the number of weeks off of Mondays and Tuesdays in the month, because that's usually when we go. So if I subtract out $800 from that, that means that we have $641.57. And since we're in the first first 1.5 weeks of June, I'm actually going to divide this remaining balance by 3, and that's going to give us what we have remaining per week. So we have $213.86 remaining per week. And again, when I take a look at groceries, I try and give us about $200 per week. So we have more than that available per week. So that means we're on track. We're doing really well. We've had a lot of parties going on, lots of graduation parties, birthday parties, just get-togethers. And so it's helped a lot with budgeting, because one, we're not buying groceries for those days, and then two, we're not eating out those days. So it's really removing a lot of those expenses. But at the same time, with summer coming up, I'm sure we'll have people over at our house, and that'll increase some of those expenses. So we'll kind of see. Next, we're gonna look at eating out. So for eating out, that is going to be in this tan color here. So we had Mickey's over here, that was $25.76. And then we got McDonald's. Oh, me and Macy went to go get iced coffee and some breakfast sandwiches. That was $8.58. And then last night we did kind of an outside water day while Jason was at soccer practice. So I just got the girls a cheeseburger and some chicken nuggets from McDonald's, and that was $9.32. We were supposed to go to the pool, but our pool does not open during the week until I think next week. So it was a whole thing. The girls ended up being happy just being outside and getting to have McDonald's. So that brings us to a total spent for eating out of $43.66. And I did budget $300 for the month. So that means that we have $256.34 remaining. And I like to look at eating out in terms of weekends, because that's typically when we go. It's usually on like a Saturday night. So we have 1, 2, 3 weekends left. So if I divide that by 3, we have about $84.45 remaining per week. 85.45 per week. So again, I think, you know, when we usually go out, it's around $30 for the family. So we have plenty going forward, which will be really nice. And I know that we have some stuff going on with family this weekend. Jason's sister is going to be in town, so we'll be eating at Jason's mom's house a lot more. So anyway, it's good to know. Also, it could mean that we could potentially like order or grab food a couple times instead of just once a week. So it's good to know that we have some extra wiggle room there. Next is gonna be household. So household is in this lighter green color. So it looks like we just had 1 transaction at Woodman's. That was $18.77. So I'm gonna put $18.77 here. We do budget $150 for our household. So if I subtract the $18.77 out from that, we have $131.23 remaining. I don't look at that in terms of weeks because it's not like you need toilet paper every week. You know, we usually stock up on stuff. So when Jason went to Woodman's, he picked up mouthwash for himself, and I think, what was it? Oh, deodorant. So I think everything else is pretty well stocked. We have plenty of paper towels, plenty of toilet paper, laundry soap. We may need 1 thing for laundry, but honestly, besides that, I think we're pretty well stocked. So we'll see, like maybe as the month goes on, we'll need more, but for right now, I think we're pretty good there. Next is gonna be gas for our car. So the gas is going to be in this like lighter blue color. So we filled up the RAV4, that was $36.05. And then we filled up the Prius, that was $31.02. So that brings us to a total of $67.07, and that's all of our transactions here on my monthly view. So again, $67.07. I budgeted $200 for the month, so that means that we have $132.93. And again, I don't take a look at that in terms of weeks. It doesn't really make sense for us in terms of weeks. We just fill up when we need to fill up. For unbudgeted, we had nothing unbudgeted, so that's great. And we didn't budget anything for that, so nothing there. So in terms of this week with variable expenses, we're doing very well. I'm really happy that, you know, in terms of groceries and eating out, we seem to be really sticking to it and like on track for this month. One thing that I've been doing recently that has been helping a lot with just making sure that transactions are all recorded and all recorded timely is I've been recording transactions almost every single morning. That's like kind of part of my routine. I take a look at my planner, I see what is going on in terms of the day, and then I also just track anything that has occurred since the last time that I tracked expenses. So that has been good. So that is our weekly check-in here. I did want to take a look at our sinking funds. So if you haven't checked out my budget video for June, I basically just kind of walked us through everything. For activities, we did end up picking Macy up some new soccer cleats. That was $16.49. Whenever we can, we try and buy things like used or secondhand. So for a lot of Macy's soccer stuff, we actually went to a place called Play It Again Sports. So we got her some new soccer cleats. And of course, we hold on to that stuff for Mila. So if she ever plays soccer, we'll have all of that. And then I think I might have even talked about these the last time that I checked in, but Jason and Macy went to Colorado in March, and so we finally got the bill for that. That was $17.65. So that is pretty much it in terms of transactions for our sinking funds. I don't really anticipate a ton more in terms of transactions. There's nothing like out of, you know, that's popping up in my mind that I can think of. The only like one thing that I can think of is Macy does need new like short sleeve shirts. Mila is stocked. We kept all of Macy's older clothes for Mila, so she's good to go. She has a million pairs of shorts and t-shirts and shoes. But But Macy does have plenty of shorts, but she's going to need like short sleeves or tank tops. So that is one thing that I'm gonna kind of keep an eye out different stores and see if we can figure out a good place to pick some up. The like Goodwill by us had a really nice supply of kids clothes, so that might be like one of the places that I go to. The only thing is with that type of stuff, it's easier going into like a normal store where like stuff hasn't been washed, because then you have an idea like, okay, with Macy I'll probably buy like a small or medium, but when you go to Goodwill, a lot of those clothes have already been washed and dried, and so the typical sizes may not work. And I'm not about to make Macy like sit there and do like a try on thing, so we'll kind of see on that. I'll probably do some research, try and figure out some good places to look for just basic shirts and stuff for her. But yeah, I think that's it for us. Me and Jason have also been keeping track of our allowances. That's actually on this like next page over here. We have not been using like our normal cash system. We've been just using our credit card, and it's nice in the aspect that like obviously you can track what's going on and like what you're spending with your allowance, but I've noticed that it becomes a lot easier to overspend, and that's one thing that we're working on with Jason. He's typically like a non-spender, but he has a friend who's like always down to do stuff, and they've been golfing a lot, which has been great. So we've actually had some discussions about potentially increasing his allowance just to accommodate for that, because if you've been around for a while, you know that in the past Jason had like a golf sinking fund, and we went away with that because honestly the golf sinking fund really wasn't doing much. Like I think he got like $25 a month, and when he goes golfing it's way more than $25, and he goes way more often than once a month. So we may need to like increase his allowance just to accommodate for that. I'm all for like, you know, putting together a budget and trying to save money and all of that, but sometimes you need to have fun. And like in terms of me and Jason and the kids, like we get to go do fun things. We try and go to the pool and movies and like hang out with friends and stuff like that. But I feel like golf is that one thing for Jason where like he does for fun without the family. And so I think it's important that he is able to do that. So again, we're gonna see how this month goes in June, and we may be increasing his allowance going forward just to accommodate for that. But that is it for this weekly check-in. I hope you guys enjoyed getting to hear a little bit about our transactions for the week. The budget planners I mentioned in, I think, my last video, but the budget planners are on their way. If everything goes to plan, they should arrive on Thursday, which is super exciting. I've already gotten all of the packing slips all ready to go, and let me tell you guys, there are so many. So I'm hoping that they arrive on time and there's no issues with the delivery. And then as soon as, you know, that does get delivered, we get things sorted out and like, you know, organized and everything like that, we're gonna start sending them out. So super exciting, definitely something to look forward to. I believe all of the planners are over a certain weight that would have them ship priority. So they should get, like once they're shipped, once we are able to like ship them, they should get to you guys very quickly, which is awesome. So anyway, that is it for me. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye guys.
Show me what it's like to be circling among the clouds, because without you by my side, I would be stuck here on the ground. You're lighting up the way, I can see the road ahead.